I want to admit something. I actually like the dreads. Well, two of them at least. There's just something about these Predator knockoffs that made me like them. So I got one. Introducing Dark of the Moon Crankcase, who's broken and is currently being sat on. Now when I got him, he still had his golden hair attached to his scalp. However, I somehow managed to de-hair Crankcase. My best guess is a combination of the clear plastic and my weird movement. I mean, he can probably live without them. Probably. Of course, that does mean that the amount of bright colors on him is significantly reduced, as the ones found on the chest and head isn't enough to break up the monotonous grey and black. These red bits here do help, but just barely. Arms are a lanky mess of scrap metal bulked up by vehicle kibble, with hands looking more Krugerish. Legs are the same situation, but at the very least the designers made the back of the SUV more inclusive with the feet. The heels do bother me, but only in the other mode. Now I should probably mention the big horns that are attached to his back. I mean, it's there, spicing up the silhouette, but they annoy me. Specifically the left one, which may be the right to you, but from where I am and from this direction, it's the left, so it's the left one. For some strange reason, this piece keeps detaching itself from its connection point and refuses to stay flush with the SUV undercarriage. I'll get to it later. It's just weak, so weak. Although the back is actually very flush, nothing really sticking out awkwardly, unless you on the wheels, but it ain't that bad for being honest. And just look at his head sculpt. The paint on it is also great. And like I already mentioned before, it's very Predator-esque. I'm pretty sure the dreads it had probably helped as well. Well, from how it looks, I'm not sure if it's an improvement or not. I don't know. Now, to round out the robot mode, it does have surprisingly good articulation. It's not up to legacy standards, I mean there's no waist swivel at all, but you can fake some up and down articulation, although it might leave a bit of a gap. This one's fine, I guess. The arms are really nice to move. Nothing really wants to pop out and stuff like that. They don't really look off in any pose you do. And the legs are satisfyingly fluid with, this is very interesting, a rare double knee joint. Of course, I suspect that this part is for transformation, but I like to think I like to use it as a double knee joint because you have one. So obviously, I'm going to make use of it. Unlike posability though, no weapon is a disappointment. It's a MechTech gun, meaning it can transform. Great, but for reasons unknown, the ones given to the Deluxe bot, which this is, don't lock in. I can't think of a reason, any reason, to not lock the claw mode in place. And also, this is where you plug it in. Not here, and it looks awkward, it looks weird, because it's obviously the handle and he just doing a holding motion and it's just floating on top of him and the claw just looks off. This right here is a great concept with a bad execution, which the transformation isn't. unpacking the bag, folding the limbs, I simply don't have the right vocabulary to make that transformation even remotely interesting. Maybe Seo could do it, but from what I remember, I'm pretty sure he won't be doing a review of one at any time soon. Now, the Chevy SUV all mode is fine, all black, blacked out windows, an off-road kit installed to conquer any terrain. A stereotypical government SUV, with 2 ports on top to plug in the gun, which just looks stupid, and it's also a bit tight, so actually I'm going to try. I don't risk it. Issues with it? Well, the heels won't fold up, as you can see right here, making off-roading questionable at best. Now, room to store the heels exists, but it's a Deluxe from a decade or so ago, so it doesn't bother me that much. This though, this. The feeling I get for this thing is getting more and more close to hate. Without this second horn over here keeping it back, it will be constantly drooping, and due to how weak this thing has become, because it wasn't as weak as before, it keeps detaching, and now I have to use this other horn to keep it in place from detaching. Again, to keep it in place. It also now detaches when I try and swivel it. Ain't that fun? Look, this guy here is a simple fun toy that would be higher on my personal list if not for some slightly infuriating moments, mostly concentrated at the front. Now, this may vary from copy to copy, so what I experience might not be the same for you. I can't argue about the price that I got him for $25. That's a good price for this toy, in my opinion. And so with that, I end the video with a surprisingly fun robot mode and pretty good looking vehicle mode, but be warned of the horns. They can infuriate you. So thanks for watching, and catch you next time.